Hello students, today we will learn some technique of app development. Nowadays all of you know what app is. A app or an app is the abbreviation for application. What is application? Sorry. An application is a software that is designed to do a specific job. Okay. So what does it do? An app enables us to do something specific, like we can print, draw, read maps, barcodes, take photographs, play games, or whatever according to our need. Okay, so an app enables us to do some specific app, because as you all know, WhatsApp you are using for messaging or social networking. Similarly, you are using some photo editing app to edit your photo. So an app offers a specific work, okay, or specific functionality. However, with rapid rise in the use of smartphones these days, this word app is mostly used to refer to the software that runs on the mobile phones. Okay, application software are the software that is also used in computers also, but nowadays the application or app is used mainly for mobile. Sorry. Okay, since smartphones, tablets and other mobile devices are nothing but small computers, an app works in pretty much the same way as the software does on a desktop or laptop. Okay, since the computing power and memory of a smartphone are generally less than that of a standalone computer, the capabilities of app are generally less than that of a similar software running on a computer. Suppose you are working on MS Word. In smartphone, the amount of functionality provided by MS Word is much lesser than the functionality provided by MS Word for laptop or desktop. Okay, so apps are designed to work on different operating systems, like in various devices. Okay, so Apple is having the operating system iOS, and Android mobile is having the Android operating system. So based on every operating system, the apps can work on. Okay, so app can work on different operating systems. So for Android, the Google Play Store is the most common site or the server from where we can download the apps, and for an Apple user, the iOS user, the App Store is the most common place from where you can download the apps. Okay, so next is types of apps. How many types of apps are there? Apps can be broadly classified in desktop apps, web apps and mobile apps. Okay, so basically three types of apps are there. First one is desktop apps, second one is web apps, and third one is mobile apps. So what is desktop apps? These apps can be used on a desktop or laptop. Generally they do not need web access to run independently on a computer. Okay, so to run a desktop app, it must first be installed on the desktop or the laptop. Then the installed app is represented either by an icon on the computer screen or an entry in the start menu. Okay, next, some examples of desktop apps are word processor, spreadsheet, Adobe Photoshop, etc. Okay, next is web apps. Second type of app is web apps. These apps requires an internet connection. Okay, so the apps that runs with an internet connection are known as the web apps. They are usually the browser based and stored on a remote server. Users access them like any other web page and then install them on their computer by creating a bookmark to that page. Okay, so Google Map, Instant Messenger, these are the examples of some web apps. Next is mobile apps. So the apps that run on a smartphone or a tablet are known as the mobile app. Okay, these apps have responsive web designs to adapt to the much smaller screen size and orientation of the mobile devices. These apps are usually smaller in size as mobile devices have limited memory. Some mobile apps may come preloaded on cell phones or tablets. Okay, So keeping in view the device independence features, software companies nowadays make diverse version of the applications to be used as desktop apps, web apps and mobile apps. Next is some examples of the apps that the company have for the all three types of apps. Okay, the software, first is photo editing software. Photoshop from Adobe is a photo editing software which must be installed on a desktop or lab. Pixlr is also a photo editing tool for desktop. Pixlr also provides photo editing software as a web application, so through your browser you can access the pixlr.com. Go to pixlr.com/web and you can edit your photo over the web server. Okay, next, Adobe Photoshop Express and Mobile Pixlr are both photo editing apps that is designed for the smartphones. So Pixlr is a type of app that is a software that is having its desktop version, its web version and its mobile version. Similarly, Facebook does not have any desktop application, okay, but it was initially began as a web based app. Through your browser you can access the Facebook if you are having a user ID or an account. Okay, next, Facebook is available as a separate app which can be downloaded from the Google Play Store or App Store. So the Facebook is a software that is have two versions, that is web app and the mobile app. MS Office Suites. MS Office Suite is also an app that is having its three versions: desktop app, web app and mobile app. Microsoft allows user to use their web based office applications. Also Google Docs is a part of that. Is the Microsoft is having a office tools that is having various office softwares like Excel, MS Word, PowerPoint, Access, all those things. Most of these things are having its web based applications also, and Microsoft Office Mobile is there for the smartphone user. So Office Suite is also a type of software that is having its three versions. Next is games. Okay, so some games are there that is having its three types that can be run on three different platform also. So these are the examples of some softwares that can be run on all three types of platforms. There are some media players also like VLC media player, Windows media player. Okay, so these are the desktop based as well as smartphone based, but some of these are having many websites offer their services which allows us to play the music, videos or listen to the radio while we can work online or while we are on online. So these are the examples of media players. Maps is also something that is having the all three types of platform independency. Okay, so these are the types of applications that can be run on all three platforms. Next is classification of mobile apps. Mobile apps can be further classified as native apps and hybrid apps. First is native apps. Mobile apps are usually developed for a specific operating system and devices. This is because each device may have different specifications like GPS, dual SIMs or cameras or memory or Bluetooth, Wi-Fi or NFC, etc. So apps that are developed keeping the device specification in mind are known as the native apps. Okay, so most native apps comes pre-installed on the new phone and can also be downloaded from the Play Store or App Store. Okay, so the apps that is designed while keeping the specifications of the particular mobile in mind are known as the native apps. Okay, so most of the native apps already comes pre-installed with our smartphone. If not, they can also be downloaded from the Google Play Store or App Store. Next is hybrid apps. Hybrid app contains the features of both the web apps and the native apps. These apps can be downloaded from the Play Store or App Store and installed on the device. So these devices, these apps requires the device to be connected to the internet. Okay, as it contains both the feature of web apps and the native apps. That's why this is called the hybrid apps. Okay, like most popular gaming app like Candy Crush or PUBG nowadays, all those are known example of hybrid apps, as they are working as an individual app as well as an web app. Okay, so this is why these are called the hybrid apps. So next is uses of common apps. There are some certain types of apps that are used very commonly. First type of that is educational app. With the rapid increase of mobile technology, learning with apps has become fun. There is a rapid spread of education to the remotest corner of the world. Today, students in the far-flung villages can easily access high-quality educational resources through these apps. There are apps for all levels of learning. Apps not only help us to learn new concepts but also show us what is being taught in the classrooms. Okay, students of all age groups can access a treasure chest of the information on any topic. So there are various online apps, educational apps that are being used. Google Classroom, Kahoot. These are some types of apps that are used in educational purpose. There is Khan Academy, Byju's, EDX, Coursera. These are the app platform. These are the educational apps that are available in the market for educational purpose. Next is social networking. I think all of you are familiar with the term social networking. In a world that is increasingly social and open, social media plays a significant role in communication. So these social networking apps or social media apps lets us post the images, videos and other objects onto our profile, which can be shared with anyone over the internet. Okay, we also can connect with anyone across the globe easily via this type of social networking apps. There are various types of apps that are available today, that is WhatsApp, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, Reddit also. So the most two popular social networking apps are Facebook and WhatsApp. Facebook has nearly 2.4 billion monthly active users, while the WhatsApp is having 1.5 billion active users. Okay, so what is the basic difference between WhatsApp and Facebook? I think all of you know. WhatsApp is a text messaging app, whereas the Facebook allows the registered users to create their profile, post comment, exchange information, share links, photographs, chat, play games, etc. Okay, so next thing is Twitter. Next social networking app is Twitter. What is Twitter? Twitter is also a social networking app where people communicate in short messages called tweets. Okay, there are some other social networking apps also like Instagram, LinkedIn, Reddit. Next come entertainment apps. Okay, so there are various entertainment apps which provides us to watch video online, watch movie online. We can book any ticket for any concert or movies. We can watch live games also. We can also use online gaming apps also. So these are known as the entertainment apps, like Hotstar. All of you I think heard the term Hotstar. It is an app that lets us to watch our favorite TV serial, watch some sports. Okay, then there comes Gaana or Hangama Music. These are the music playing app where you can stream any type of music online. Then there comes some Book My Show or Make My Trip. These are used to run for these are used to work for specific purposes like book your ticket or to plan your tour, etc. So these are known as the entertainment apps. Next, banking and finance. Nowadays I think all of the banks are having their own app through which you can access to your account, you can transfer money, or you can keep track of your account. Okay, other than the bank app of the bank itself, there are some third party apps like Paytm, Phone Pay, Google Pay, etc. that is also allowing us to transfer money over the internet. Okay, next comes e-commerce app like apps like Flipkart, Amazon, Snapdeal, Shopclose. These apps provides us lots of options to choose from and to buy from them. Okay, and this e-commerce is getting very much popular nowadays. Okay, so some examples are Amazon, Snapdeal, Shopclose, Flipkart. These are the examples of e-commerce app. So how can we download and install app from the Google Play Store? To download and install an app from Google Play Store, first we have to tap the Play Store icon on the screen of our device. Then we have to type the name of the app in the search bar that we wish to download. Then it will display the relevant list of apps. Now we have to select the app and we have to click on the install button. After clicking on the install button, the app will automatically be installed and will be ready to use. And by tapping on that icon of the installed app, we can access the app or we can open the app. Now developing our own app. How can we develop our own app? Looking at the different apps available at the Play Store is an amazing experience, but it may give you the impression that it is very difficult to make your own app, but it is not so. There are several websites which allow you to make your own app in a very short time. Okay, so what are the requirements for developments of apps? If you want to build an app from scratch and have control over the design, a sound background in programming will be very helpful. To make an Android app, software such as Android Software Development Kit or Android SDK is required. Knowledge of Java is needed since most APIs or application programming interface uses Java. Okay, you may also need to learn XML or HTML or CSS for designing some app. Okay, several IDEs. What is IDE? Integrated Development Environment. In the environment where you should develop the app. Okay, that is known as the IDE. So several IDEs are available which greatly simplify the process of Android app development. The Android Studio from the Google is one such example, while Eclipse is another. Many IDEs come with their emulators to preview the working of your app, but the final testing of the app should be done on the different mobile devices only. It is possible to develop a simple app without prior knowledge of programming. Yes, it is possible. How? Because many companies offer a user-friendly interface to develop Android apps without any prior knowledge of programming. Okay, some of these companies offer free services which may be limited in usefulness, while other offer premium services but for a fee. Okay, so there are two ways to develop an app. An Android app can be developed using web-based app development software, or some of the those websites those offers web-based development like Apps Bar, that is the website name, and address is www.appsbar.com. Okay, Appify is also one of the example. Then there comes another website that is called appmaker.com. So these are the websites that provides an easy interface to create an Android app. Okay, so this is the chapter all about. Listen to the video very properly and read your book carefully. in our next class we will be discussing about the exercises. Thank you everyone.